Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is, and I'm at a different location. This is so beautiful, so I'll just show you the view really quick where I am. This is a beautiful bike path like around this lake here. So Starlight is definitely somewhere else right now today, but I just wanted to show you the beautiful view where I am. And also I just want to reach out to all of you. Make sure, you're getting out in nature, spend some time, somewhere, and make sure, depending on where you live, like where I am, it's been really, really hot. So make sure, ooh, something bit me. Make sure you get plenty of water, get in the shade, and there was some stuff going on July 1st, so there's some activation stuff going on, and some of you might not know what that is, so it will affect you, and it will, everybody is different on how it can affect you. So just make sure you get plenty of rest and plenty of water. That is not the faucet water, so don't drink the faucet water with all the fluoride in it. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give this video a thumbs up. That is if you want to be that change in the world more than just want to see it. You got to be it in order to see it and experience it. And you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share any of my videos. Plus, you could check out my playlist, because you never know what Starlight's going to talk about next. And you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So here we go. And definitely a new topic. I thought about this last night. So this topic is not going to be for everyone. So, this is for people that are in situations like Starlight is. I just wanted to put this out because it is so important to put this out anyway. This is for men or women that could be, living out, in their car. And of course, I don't know where you live, those of you that are in this situation. I'll just show you these birds. They are so funny. I don't know where you live. I don't know what the weather is like. So depending on where you live and what the temperature is, like if you've already been doing this for a while, or if you are new, or maybe you're struggling with this right now, this is why I wanted to make this video, is for people that are living in their vehicles and they might not have an AC in their car like Starlight. I had something go wrong with my AC adapter in New York when it was cold out, and I told them, hey, can you please fix it? And I said, hey, right now I'll just show you the lake here. I really don't need the AC to work right now, because I wasn't, I didn't know what God was doing with me at that moment. So I didn't need AC in New York in the wintertime. So now I've been living like this in my car without AC. And, there's days out here it's been in the hundreds, 90s a lot, so woo, I'll tell you what, last night was one of those nights I was like, like trying to figure out, okay, how am I gonna, make it through this night? But I am here alive to make this video. So anyway, if you are one of these people that maybe you can't use your AC in your car, or maybe you don't want to, is it really good to use the AC in your car all the time? I don't know. I heard a guy tell me today that it's not really good to, do that, but I do see a lot of people using their AC. They have their windows shut and they're in their car sleeping, in the similar places where I go. So number one, if you are living in your car, you might want to Google, like, where can you, oh, I gotta show you the babies. There's some ducks and their babies. Is where to sleep, when you're in a car and you're traveling, and maybe you're doing something like Starlight is doing, is to travel and then, live in your car and stuff like that. But this video is also good for that are in this situation. Is what do you do when it gets so hot out in the daytime? Well, what you can do is what Starlight has been doing recently is, well, for many reasons, is I've been going in the library, and there you go, you can have some AC, and a lot of people do this. They find a library wherever they are, and then they just go there and either, go on the computers, might read books, or, some of the libraries actually, depending on where you go, they might actually have a study room where you can be in private and be able to go in that library and, bring your laptop or whatever, do whatever you want to do in there. But some places you might want to call ahead of time to see if you have to reserve it, and so you can just spend some time alone. And all the libraries are different as far as the rules go, as how many hours you can stay in there. So it is really important, if you're in a situation like where Starlight is, where you need to cool off, is the libraries are a great place to go, especially if you don't really have money to go at a restaurant or do this or that, and you just need to cool off. And it's so important to do that. So that is a tip right there, and I forgot to put that in other videos, and that's why I kind of wanted to put it in this video. But if you are, living in your car, and I do know, I have met lots of people that are in the same situation or similar situation like I am. I met a lady, and she's got 3 kids, and they are in their vehicle. It's a bigger vehicle than mine. I'm not sure what kind of vehicle that is. So, there's a lot of people going through some shit. My situation is a lot different than most. So this video will help you to understand, like, how can you do it? How can you, I have people like, wow, how can you do that, Starlight? You're, in your car, and it's, it could have been 100, degrees out in that day. And, for at nighttime, I'm not sure what the temperature gets like at nighttime. So, it could be like in the 80s, at nighttime. And so how do you actually, sleep in your car when it's 80 out, when, most people might want their house like 70. I'm just going to go down this trail. I've never been on this trail. So how do you do it at nighttime? And so there's things that I researched last night because of my situation. And number one is Starlight has been doing the opposite on some of this stuff, is that I've been, I park my car a lot of times in the sun. And, because a lot of times I microwave my food in the dashboard of my car. So if you do that in your car, like using your dashboard as a microwave, is you're going to want to do things earlier in the day. That way, before nighttime, is that the car can cool down. But you're going to want to actually take your car and repark it and find a shady area before nighttime, like hours before. So, and maybe even if you had to drive it around a little bit and then park it in a shade, so then all that heat from your car windows will get out. And so that is one thing that you definitely want to do and think about ahead of time. Or like, even if you had tinted windows, they say is good. Or maybe even if you can do something with they have those things that you can put in your window to keep the sun out. And they sell those right at the Dollar Tree, so it's really cheap. Even if you had to buy extra ones and cut them out and somehow or another find a way of getting them on your windows, that way it will block the sun from coming in your car, so it's not like an oven when you get in there later. So it's really important of thinking of those ways. So at nighttime, without an AC in your vehicle, of course you're going to want your windows down. And a lot of you probably like, but but you know, Starlight, I got my windows open. That means that people can come in. And I will let you know, I have been doing this whole time, and I have never had any problems with anybody messing with me at nighttime with my windows open. And yeah, my doors are locked, but you know, you might want something handy with you just in case. But you got to have those windows open. You cannot sleep in your car with all the windows shut. Absolutely not. You need to breathe. And it does say to be careful because of the carbon dioxide in your car. So you want to really make sure that your car is aired out, you know, and that you don't get any carbon dioxide poisoning in your body as you're in the car. And they say the other thing that I was finding out, of course, this was all in the middle of the night when I was having a hard time breathing last night, is if you can, you definitely are going to want to, is you can, you know, get some money somehow or another and get a fan. They have fans that you can put batteries in, or like the fan that I just recently got is where it plugs in your lighter. And mine, you know, I charge it before I go to bed. You definitely want to make sure if you got something that's chargeable, and make sure also, another thing is to make sure you got plenty of batteries, you know. So Starlight actually has a charger. Those are, to me, the best kind that you can get, because then you save a lot of money by, you know, recharging those batteries. And I have a thing that plugs in my lighter where I can plug in and out, you know, a plug into that I don't know what they call it, but I bought it off of my son a long time ago. So it just plugs into your lighter, and then you can plug in a plug from like a household plug, you know, like from like a curling iron or something like that. Of course, a curling iron. There's other things that you can plug into your lighter that will have more of a charge, you know, so you can plug in other types of things like my straightener for my hair. It doesn't have enough power in that lighter, so I found out that there's other things that you can plug in your lighter where you can plug in different things in your car, you know, so you can use it and it will have enough power to make those items work. But you really are going to want a fan, and really look at the fan, what kind of fan that you want, whether it's battery operated or like I have the kind that plugs into, I have like one of those things that you plug into your lighter where you can plug your phone into, you know. And so the little fan that I have right now, it works, you know, and it has different speeds on it. So you're going to want something like that. And make sure, you know, like Starlight doesn't really, I have my panties are on. That's it, man. I do not wear any other clothing in my car. You're probably thinking, Starlight, you are nuts. You're right. I am nuts. I do not wear clothes, and really. So I do have, if I need, you know, I do have like things for my windows so nobody can see. But really, in this situation, at nighttime when it's, you know, like 80 out or even warmer at nighttime, you're not going to want curtains and stuff like that on your windows when you need the air coming in so you can breathe. So it says to, you know, wear light stuff when if, you know, guys don't really have to worry about it as much as females do. And, well, some of you guys, you got probably bigger tits than Starlight has, so I don't know what to say on that one. I'm jealous. Just kidding. So, yeah, so if you know, especially if you're a guy, you can get away with more than a female can as far as in a car and not having really any clothes on. But you definitely, of course, be wise, you know, like I always lay down and I have myself covered up. I pray every night that, you know, I am safe, I am protected, you know, so I pray to Archangel Michael every night to put a shield of protection around me, and it works because I've never had any problem with anybody bothering me in the middle of the night. So I don't want you to worry and stress out about those kind of things. And then I have like a setup in my car where I have clothespins that I have like string that's inside my car, so that way I have like this material that I hang in the windows, and I got clothespins to kind of put it on the string that's across my windows. And because if you buy those things for your front window, your dashboard, to keep the sun out, some of those will actually, like the way I bought mine, is it has these little things that stick inside your window. That way the thing stays connected to your glass. So they have those like they're like plungers, I don't know what suction cup things or whatever. So I have a couple of suction cups in the inside of my windows, and then it has like a spot where you can put like a string in it or whatever, and that's how I put that at the top of my windows. And you want to park, wherever you park, is you're going to want to figure out where the wind is blowing, how is the wind blowing before you park your car. So you're going to want to angle your car in a spot. Sometimes you can park at certain parking lots. So you want to drive around, make sure that there's no signs that says that you can't, find a place that doesn't have any signs that says you can't park in that parking lot. So once you find a spot is at a parking lot, you're going to want to also not only to find a spot where you can get some breeze. Sometimes the wind is all over the place and it won't even matter how you park your car, because some places at parking lots they have where you can park your car at one angle or another angle depending on how each parking lot is. And also is you're going to want to park your car so then you don't have any lights that are going to be shining in your windows, because how are you going to sleep now? You got these lights that are shining in your windows and keeping you up. So that's what Starlight does. It takes me a while to figure out where am I going to park. And it's good to mix things up. Don't park in the same parking lot every night, because especially me being a female, you're going to have other people that might do the same thing. And they, with my stickers on the car, like I stick out like a sore thumb, and they'd be like, oh, there's that Starlight chick here again tonight. So I do mix things up that way. Then, if they were up to any good, or up to no good, then at least they're not going to see me there every night. And that way they wouldn't want to try anything, because they'll never know if I'm coming or going, and I don't even know if I'm coming or going. So it's good to always mix things up. And the other thing it said is do not do exercise before you go to bed. So really, like at 5 o'clock and later, you really just want to calm your body down. Don't go out. It's a good time to rest for the night. If you can go in a library and hang out before you go to bed, that would be a great suggestion, is just to go at a library, get some AC, not AC/DC, but AC, in the library, cool off. Like I said, please do not work out before you go to bed. Don't go like hiking before you go to bed, or these walks, because it's going to get you all hot and sweaty, and you want to be nice and fresh when you get in bed. And also, it says like if you can get cleaned up like that night, before you get into bed, is to, take a shower before you go to bed. That way you're not so hot and sweaty. You don't want to really go to bed hot and sweaty, and it's so hard, because if it is really like 80s, at nighttime, and I'm not sure, it last night was really hard, and that's why I'm saying that you gotta really try to find a place where you can get a breeze. Figure out, okay, which way is just like hunters do this. I was learning this when I used to go out, and I learned a lot from all these men that hunted all over, and they had to find out the air, so they had to figure out where the wind was blowing, so they knew where to set up in the woods. So then the deer, because the deer go by the wind, they actually will sniff in the air. And so with hunting for deer, you wouldn't want to stand in the wrong spot, because then they will smell you. They'll be like, oh yeah, there's a human right in front of me. So, if you're, same thing as far as, parking your car, you're going to, like right here, I'm feeling the breeze. And to figure out where the wind is blowing, sometimes you might want to take something that, different items that you can have in your hand to just kind of feel it, most of the time you can figure it out just by feeling the air as it blows around. And sometimes, you know, just like being a hunter, the wind goes all over. So then there's times that it won't even matter, because the wind goes, you know, the wind might move to the left, and then it might go to the left and the right, south and north, and all mixed up. And so those nights it really doesn't matter how you park. And the other thing is to try to have, like, if you have ice, if you can afford to have ice in your car somehow or another, is that it's really would be wise for you to have like a washcloth and maybe a container that has some ice in it, and a little bit of water. That way, if you do get too hot in the middle of the night, I didn't know all this until in the middle of the night last night, so that's why I decided to make this video, is that you could take a cloth and, you know, dip it in that ice water or whatever, or even cold water. That would be better than nothing. And that's what I did last night. I was like, whoo, I'm like, okay, how do you know when it's too hot in your car, you know, like how long can you last like that? And that heat, you know, because people do get heat strokes, so you don't want to have a heat stroke. So you definitely want to make sure you do these things. And like I said, that cloth is you know, to put, you know, get some nice cold water or ice water on it, and that way you can wipe your forehead and wherever you're hot, and it feels much better, because then when the wind blows, or you need a fan, really, absolutely, you really do need a fan. You're really going to have a hard time without a fan. And, you know, if you can get one of those adapters, those things that go in your lighter to get more power, and I'm not sure what they're called, is that they have things that you might be able to get, you know, a different kind of fan, but you got to be careful, because you do not want your battery to die. But if that does happen, it's happened to me in the wintertime in New York, is that there are ways that you can Google it, and I've done it myself being a female, where I was able to get my car started without jumping cables. So you can always research that, you know, like there's little tricks that they have to get your car back to running again, you know, without even jumping cables. And or of course, you know, you can always ask somebody to jump your car, but you really got to be careful plugging things in, you know, in your lighter, because it could kill the, you know, make the battery dead. And depending on how your battery is, you know, so you don't want to really do that if your battery is, you know, old. And it's always good to check your battery anyway. You can get free testings, you know, like at AutoZone or different places like that. You can, you know, Google it, find out where can I get like a free battery test, where they will test your battery's life to see, you know, like how good it is. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yes. So, and the other thing is really important, is to drink plenty of water. So if you're having a night where you can't really sleep and you're tossing and turning because it's so hot, hopefully you have a fan, hopefully you got that cloth so you can cool your body down, is to, hey, have water handy. I have water handy every night in my back seat of the car. That way, you know, it says to drink plenty of water in that day. So make sure in the daytime before you go to bed that you're drinking plenty of water, and that way, you know, it will help you out for later on that night, so your body will have a lot of water. And I think that's about it as far as the do's and don'ts, as far as like living in your car and not having an AC, but you really need a fan. So you're not gonna wanna be in your car without a fan. I am telling you, you will not like it if you're in your car. I had a fan, and then it died, and I had to go return it, and then I got the same fan because I thought maybe I did something wrong. So anytime, like if you're charging a fan, you know, in your car, it says to really not to have the temperature hotter, you know, like when your windows are shut and it's, you know, like charging, it could really mess up the fan. So make sure your car, because you know, the sun is out and it's already hot out, and if you have a fan and you're charging it, and say it's like 108 in your car, and outside it could be 100, well then that could mess up the fan that you have in your car. So anyway, I really hope you get a lot of help from this video, and like I said, make sure you drink plenty of water in the daytime, and I hope you all get a lot of help, and make sure you definitely have a fan with you, and you're just going to have to figure out how to set it up in your car when you're in there so that way it doesn't fall over. Because all the fans are different on how they make them, so just look at how they're made and try to get a fan that really works best for you. So anyway, I do love you. I hope you get a lot of help. This is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you can share, share, share. Oh yeah, I got my little notification bell here. Don't forget the notification bell. And you can also check out my playlist. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995. Sorry, I'm switching hands here. And the lighting is wrong. I had some people behind me. So you could follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you so much. Please drink plenty of water. You know, make sure you're keeping yourself safe in that heat. And I love you. This is Starlight. This is Starlight, love, light, and peace.